This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today we'll be discussing on a Docker Swarm, guys. Okay, so why we need to use this Docker Swarm and what is the use of it? Okay, so basically it is used for the creating the cluster. Okay, cluster in the sense a bulk of our application. Okay, it will be having your what do you call your web app. So not web app, web application, database, each and everything. Okay, in a cluster it will be having. Okay, previously we have done that one. Okay, but here it will be in a cluster. Okay, cluster in the sense how can I say, cluster meaning guys, you guys understand, right, what exactly cluster is? Okay, okay, assume this one. Okay, this is a one cluster. What are all the dots you can see now, right? So these are all called as our containers. Okay, what we are going to do right now is we are grouping of all the containers and we are making it as a one single cluster. Okay, under this cluster we are going to deploy our application. Okay, let's say if any one of the container goes down, okay, or if the any one of the node goes down, okay, immediately this cluster, okay, it will make up the one more container up and running. Okay, so that what happens, not even a single second your application will goes down here. Okay, that is what the concept of using the Docker Swarm. Okay, so with an example I will demonstrate it guys today. Okay, and why we are using this. Okay, so basically it is mainly used for the microservice architecture. Okay, so what is the microservice architecture then? Okay, microservice architecture in the sense one function. Okay, one function for one service. Okay, this is what the concept of using the microservice architecture. Okay, microservice architecture. Okay, microservice architecture. So what microservice here? Okay, as I said, it is a one function for one service. Okay, but how to understand this one? Okay, what we will do, let's go for Amazon. Okay, yes. So this is e-commerce application, right? As Amazon, everybody knows this one. Okay, so guys, as you can see here, okay, when I click on this yeah, sign in page, right? So you will get n number of options here. Your list, okay, your account, okay, then returns is one, okay, then card, okay, like that you will be having the n number of services. For all these services, internally they will be making as a one single I mean, the grouping of all these microservices will make it as a one single application, guys. Why it is going to Amazon?
I think your screen is freeze.
Oh, is it? Once again. One second, guys. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. One second. Okay, hello. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, it is visible now, guys, right? Yes, somebody please reply. It is visible, right?
Yes, sir. It's Amazon.in page is
Yes, yes,
visible.
correct. Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Fine, guys. Now, okay. Yeah, now we are in India one. Okay, so it will be better. Okay. So guys, this is a Amazon e-commerce application. Okay, as you can see, right? So there is a one service called as a sign in, right? And for orders, there is a one more service, and for Prime members, there is a separate, and for cart also. Then for what do you call for payment? Okay, so for all these things, guys, what internally what they are doing is they are making a one single container for all these service. Okay, so what is the advantage of using this microservices then? Okay, the advantage is, guys, okay, what that let's say I want to upload this sign in one. Okay, that means I want to change some font size or style, whatever it is. An example I'm saying, okay, like the logo you want to change something, whatever you want. Okay, instead of taking the entire application down, guys, what they are internally doing is they will take only this sign in process. Okay, this service they will take down. Okay, and what are all the activities they want to do it, they will do that one. Okay, and once it is ready, it will make the service up. Okay, till that time what happens, guys, for time being the sign in page will not work. Okay, but rest of the things your application will be up and running only, it will not make any effect. Sometimes you might face issue, guys, right? We cannot able to sign up or we cannot able to sign in. So because of these issues it happens, guys. Okay, internally they might be doing some activities, so they will take that service down, hence you cannot able to do such activities at the particular point of time. Okay, so if you are using the cluster one, what we can do is one service goes down in immediately with a fraction of second, one more container will come up, guys. Okay, that is what the concept. So let me go back to Amazon and we'll create a cluster, guys. Okay, using Docker Swarm. Very low. Sorry, somebody speaking, your voice is very low, guys. I think Manjunath, your voice is coming very low, Manjunath. Is it for me only, for everybody, guys? You can able to hear his voice.
No, sir.
So
His
your voice
voice
is
is not.
Sorry.
so your voice is clear, sir. Manjunath's voice is breaking. I mean, it is very low.
Yeah, that is what that is. Yeah, that is what. Manjunath, it is from your end only, Manjunath. Okay. Just disconnect and join one more time. So fine, guys. Okay, so this is what the Docker Swarm. Okay, so now what we will do, we will make a Swarm manager. Okay, that will be having the one, just like a manager. Okay, he will be taking care of everything. Okay, like how to schedule and each and everything. All these things will be taken care by our manager. So what we will do is we will create a three nodes. Okay, that is a one manager and two nodes. Okay, basically we are going to create a three instances, and using these three instances we are going to create a one cluster. Okay, so like the same one right now you can see they are using one Swarm manager and three worker nodes. Okay, for time being what we will do, we will take one Swarm manager and two worker nodes. Okay, just an example I'm taking that one. Okay, so let's go to the AWS instance and create a, let's create a three instances. Okay, so it is already two are already available, I don't want to touch that one, I want to create it new. Okay, so okay, Ubuntu, select one, this one, T2 micro, number of instance I require is 3 instance. Okay, add storage, tag, security group, launch, Devops, launch the instance. Okay, it is going to create a 3 instances. So what we will do, we will make one as a manager, another 2 as a worker nodes. Okay, like the same example. What you guys are seeing right now is the same one we will do. Okay, instead of 3 worker node, we will make only 2. Okay, right now you can see 3 instances are running. So in all these 3 instances, guys, we need to install a Docker first. Okay, since these are all the fresh servers, the Docker should be up and running. Let's wait for these instances to up and running.
So one question.
Okay, so it came up. Let's connect one by one. Yes, someone has asked speaking.
Yes, sir, it's Raja. Sir, actually, we are creating a container using Docker, as well as we are creating the Docker Swarm cluster using Docker Swarm. So, I mean, there is no use of Kubernetes over this Docker.
Docker Swarm and Kubernetes both are used to create a cluster only. Okay, but the Docker Swarm is having the some of the disadvantage. Okay, because they are mainly concentrating on a containers, not for a clustering. Okay, whereas the Kubernetes is the one, it is specifically prepared the software for clustering only. Okay, there you will find n number of options there. Okay, like
Okay.
volumes and some other options are also available. Okay, so it is specific dedicatedly for a creating the cluster, whereas the Docker is for the containerization. Okay,
Yes.
so where is my key pair? Here is my key pair. Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will install the Docker in all these machines. Okay, first. So how to install? Get docker.sh. Okay, it provides a one script. Just execute that script. The Docker will be downloaded. Okay, enter. You can see the get docker.sh has been downloaded. Just run this one. It is going to download. It is going to install the Docker for us. Okay, so this parallelly we will connect for one more machine. Okay, let's install in the second machine. I will just do the rename, guys, later on. Okay. Here. Let's make it fast. Okay. To browser. I'm just installing the Docker, guys, in all the machines. Okay. Search. Docker.sh. So here I need to execute this command in order to give the permission to execute the Docker commands. Okay, done. Then sudo docker info. Sorry, info. Okay, we are getting the output. Let me exit. Okay, so here it is installing. Let's go for another instance, the third one, because in all the machines we need to install the Docker. sudo docker info. Okay, we are getting the output here. Okay, so everywhere I'm getting the output docker. So now we have installed docker, guys, in all the 3 instances. Okay, so let's reboot this machines. Okay, reboot. Okay, then till it reboots, let me go back to my notes. Okay, so guys, in order to create the cluster, guys, right? Okay, we need to open these port numbers, the TCP port number of 2377 and TCP and UDP port number of 7946 and UDP port number of 4789. So all these port numbers we should open. Okay, why we need to open in this sense? In order to, when we are creating the cluster, right, in order to coordinate the nodes one by one. Okay, so internally it requires these port number to be open. Okay, otherwise it will not connect. Okay, so what we will do is we will open these port numbers, guys, till it reboots. Okay, let's connect to one of the what do you call this one, security wizard, and we will open, and it will reflect everywhere because I have used the launch wizard, right? In a single shot I have created the 3 instances, right? So by default it is going to be used for the same launch wizard only. Okay, 8. So let me change it here. Okay, let me open those port numbers, actions, click on edit inbound rules. Okay, click on add role. So what is that? First, custom TCP. What is the port number I need to open? TCP port number of 2377, right? So let me open in a custom TCP, right? Just mention this one. What is that? 2377, correct? 2377. And one more also I need to open, 7946. That is also TCP. Let's open that one also. 7946. Okay, then UDP also with the 7946. Here I need to change this one, UDP. Okay, then one more, 4789 of 47 UDP port number 4789. Okay, then click on save rules, guys. Okay, we have successfully opened the port numbers. Now what we will do, go back to dashboard. Okay, and you can see the the launch wizard, the security group. Here it is attached is the, okay, you can see 8 here, also 8, and here also 8. That means by default it will be open, it will reflect the changes. Okay, now we will make one as a manager. Let's make this one as a manager. Okay, and these two also called as a, we'll call this one as a node 1. Okay, and this one as a node 2. Okay, fine. So now what we will do, so now this instance might be rebooted, right? So now what we need to do, let's connect to the swap manager, and initialize. Okay, in order to initialize, some command is there. So before that, let's make a what do you call, we'll make a note of the IP addresses here. Okay, so this is for the manager one. I will just make a note of it. Manager. Okay, public IP and private IP. Okay, so what is the IP address here? So this is what the public IP of this manager machine. Let's check. Let copy the same for the private one. Okay, so this is what the private IP. Let's copy it. You'll come to know guys why I'm not making a note of this one. Okay, then for node one also we will make the same thing. Node public IP this is for node 1. Node 2, this is for the node 2. Public IP and this is the private IP. Okay, fine guys. Now what we have done, we have took the 3 instances. One we made as a manager, another 2 as a worker node. We are not made still, just I'm just doing the naming convention. We will make it. Okay, and this is what the respective private and public IP address of these 3 instances. Okay, now what we will do, first we will connect to the manager machine and we will initialize that manager as a we'll initialize that instance as a manager. Okay, so let's connect. So this is the manager, right? So copy the command. So let's log in into the instance. So docker info. Okay, we are getting the output. Okay, now we'll go to our instance, my nodes. Okay, first what I need to do is I need to initialize the swarm manager. Okay, so this is what the command in order to initialize. Okay, the command is docker swarm. Okay, initialize hyphen advertise adr, and here you need to provide the IP address of your machine. Okay, then let me copy this. I will just remove this sudo and let me copy this IP address of the machine. Take the public IP. Okay, then copy this command. Okay, then execute it here. Okay, enter. Okay, now you can see it has in swarm initialized. Okay, and this is the current node and it is now a manager. Okay, then what it is going, it is giving the one more command to add a worker to this swarm, run the following command. Okay, so this is what the command I need to execute in another 2 instances. Okay, then what happens, that machine will also come into the contact with this manager and works as a node. Okay, so if he wants to add as a one more manager, okay, then you need to execute this command. Okay, it will provides the token for us. Okay, then what we will do now, let's connect to the another 2 instances. Okay, this one, and execute the command was swarm manager as provided. Basically it is going to be create a second. Go to PEM file. It has gave one token, guys. We need to execute those token here. Okay. So before me executing that token, okay, you can see Docker node ls. Okay, you can see right now there is a only one node, and this is the host name. Okay, that is the IP address of your machine. That is a 75. Okay, what this 75 is, this is what. Okay, it is providing the manager's private IP of this machine. Okay, and I'm providing this one assignment for you peoples. Okay, so you can see now it is showing as a IP address, right? I need to show it as a name. Okay, just do that one. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to add a node here. Okay, so what you need to do is just copy this command and go to the instance which you want to add here. Okay, this is what another instance, you can see this is another one. Just execute that command. Okay, docker swarm join -- token. So this is what the token it has provided. Okay, and this is what the IP address and with the port number 2377. Okay, enter. What it is saying, this node joined a swarm as the worker. Okay, previously what it was, previously it was showing as a manager. Now we have a one manager, you can see now, right? So we have a one, you can see the leader here, another one is showing nothing. Okay, so it will be having the one manager and two worker nodes. Okay, so let's add one more. So where it went, so another one, the node 2, let's connect to this instance as well. Okay, let's clear the screen and go back here. Let's get the token. Okay, so this one also we can see this node joined a swarm as a worker. Okay, that means this node also joined now. Now what we will do, we will go back to our manager machine. So this is what the manager machine. Okay, let me clear my screen. And how to check the nodes, guys. Node, and right now we have created a one cluster, okay, of 3 nodes. Okay, 2 nodes, one manager and 2 worker nodes. Okay, how to check that? Okay, so docker node ls, right? You can see now there is a 3 machines are running in the cluster, right? So one in the manager status, one it is showing as a leader. That means this is what the manager, guys, right? And another 2 are the normal nodes. Okay, and in the left right hand side you can see now that is the version of the docker swarm. Okay, fine. So any doubts, guys, still here?
So
Okay.
for the second node also we are running the same command which we got when we are creating the swarm manager. In the second instance, how we connected like that. So for for both the instance, for both the worker nodes, so the same token. The same command to be.
Yes, yes. Basically, the swarm manager will generate a one token. Okay, you can execute that token in any number of instances. Okay, so that tokens will come into the contact with this manager unless until you open that port number. Okay, initially we have opened some of the port number, right? So those port numbers should be open. Okay, and within the see, I gave the set command, right? Generate Docker swarm, some token was there, right? So that token you can execute in any of the instances. Okay, so when you execute that, that machine comes in contact with this Docker swarm. Okay, unless until you open those port numbers. Initially, I opened that, right? TCP and UDP port numbers. That port number should be open. Okay, the same command you can execute in any number of instances. There is no issues. Okay, fine. Now guys, in the initialize, okay, when we execute the docker info, right, so they're used to check, okay, docker info, let's use pipe symbol. Okay, see here where it went. Yeah, so previously when the docker we have ran, right, so at that time it was showing swarm was inactive. Okay, you can check guys, since you guys have not initialized the swarm manager, right, in your instance you can check this docker info. Under that you will find the swarm, under that you will find it in a inactive state because it is not a swarm. Okay, and this is what the node id, okay, and this was the cluster id, and you can see how many managers are there, one manager, and nodes, three nodes. So one more thing guys, even the worker also, even the manager also works as a node here. Okay, fine. Okay, now what we will do guys, now we have created a one cluster, right? So what we will do now, we will deploy a one application now. So since we don't have any of the application, you can download anything from the hub.docker.com, hub.docker.com. So in this one guys, you can download the Tomcat or Nginx, any other web service, anything, not only this web service, anything guys. Okay, it's Nginx, and you can search for Tomcat, also anything guys. Okay, we can see this Nginx is available and it is updated 16 hours ago, and we can see since there is no slash, it indicates this is the official page. Okay, official Docker container. Okay, and this one you can see, the second one you can see the slash is there, right? Nginx slash Nginx hyphen ingress. Okay, as you can see there is a slash, it indicates it is the custom one, not the original. Okay, customized Nginx image, not the original one. Okay, right. Now we will deploy this one. Okay, in my notes also I might have mentioned the same thing guys. Okay, okay, the same one I mentioned, Nginx. Okay, let's go back. Where is here only, right? Yeah, correct. Okay, now what we will do, we can deploy the any of the service here. Okay, so the command is the docker. So basically guys, here we need to create a, sorry, so basically here we need to create the service here. Okay, so that the command is docker service, okay, create, okay, hyphen hyphen replicas. Okay, that means how many replicas you require of the Nginx image or Tomcat image, anything. Okay, though you can provide the value called as anything, like I will give 5. Okay, any values you can provide. Then what is the name you want to provide for this one? Okay, the name. Then what we will do, we will give this name Nginx, Nginx service. Okay, that is the, or else Nginx web server. Okay, just the name I'm giving, Nginx web server, and what image it has to use, it has to use the Nginx image. Okay, that is the one. Okay, the simple guys, the command is docker service create. Okay, how many replicas you require of the Nginx image, it is a 5 I have provided. Okay, then what is the name for this service I am going to create is Nginx web service, web server. Okay, and what image it is using, Nginx image. Okay, just enter. So when I enter it guys, it is going to create a 5 in Docker containers of the name Nginx web server with the image of Nginx. Okay, so guys, where it is going to be deployed, okay, irrespective of your instances. Right now we have a 3 instances, right? One is the manager and 2 as a worker nodes. Okay, irrespective of these instances, it will deploy the containers in a cluster. Okay, so how to check? The command for this one is docker service ls. Okay, so you can see this is what the id, and you can see nginx web server, that is the name. Okay, how many what is the mode? Replicated. How many replicas are available? 5. What is the image it is using? nginx. Okay, and it is of the latest version, guys, right? Okay, now this is what the service, guys. Okay, so as I mentioned here, it is created the 5 replicas. Okay, so how to check? Okay, so docker service. Okay, so what is the docker service? Yeah, ps. Okay, so what is the service name? This is what the service name. Okay, nginx web server. Okay, enter. See, guys, it has running the 5 instances now. Okay, 5 docker containers basically. Okay, and you can see the node here, guys. Okay, as you can see, 75 is our which one? Manager, right? Okay, so where it went? Sorry, yeah. Okay, and 165. Okay, that is a one worker node, and 134, right? So this is another worker node. Okay, and 75 is your manager. That means under 75, that is your manager, there is a 2 docker containers are running. Okay, whereas in a 165, okay, you can see 2 here, right? There is in 2 under 165 ip address, that is your instance. Okay, under this one another 2 containers are running. Okay, there is only one, there is a 134. Okay, so under this 134 is which one? That is the our node 1. Okay, under node 1 only one single container is running, guys. Okay, so how it is calculating or how it is deploying, guys? Okay, internally the manager decides here. Okay, we are not going to predict where exactly it is going to be deployed. Okay, the swarm manager will decide this one. Okay, so what I will do right now, you can see there is a 5 services are running. Okay, now what I will do, I will just scale up this one. Okay, right now it is a replica sir 5, right? I will make this one as a let's use 10. Okay, so what it is going to create, the nginx web server of 10 docker containers are going to be created. Okay, with the irrespective of these instances. Okay, and sorry, error response from the daemon RPC already exists. Describe name, conflict, and existing Nginx servicing already exist. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So guys, actually I used the replicas. It is not replicas. 1 second. Let me clear my screen. Okay. I need to scale up this one. Okay. So how to scale up? What is the command? Okay. So docker service. Yeah. Let's first we'll check the list. This one because I want this name. Okay. The docker service scale. Okay, so what is the service name? This is what the service name. Copy this one and paste it and provide the value, how many instances you require of this one. Okay, so let's say I will give 10 instances. Okay, enter. See guys, 10 containers it is going to be created now. See guys, it is done. So can you imagine guys, within a fraction of seconds our containers are getting running ready now. So docker service yes web, what is that name guys? Sorry, yes nginx web server. See guys, now see here the 10 instances are ready now. Within a fraction of seconds your containers will be up and running guys, right? And you can see the node here under 75, that is our manager 1 2 and 3. Okay, so under manager 3 containers are running. Okay, and 165 1 2 and 3. Under 165 also there is a 3 containers are running guys, whereas the 134 it will be having the 4 because 3 plus 3 is 6 and rest will be 4, right? Okay, you can see 134.1, 134.2, 134.3, and 134.4, guys. Okay, under 134 IP address of the machine, 4 containers are running, guys, now. Okay, so this is what the cluster, guys. Okay, you can deploy any number of application, guys, and you can scale up and scale down how much you require, okay, based on your requirement. Okay, let's say in the evening time, okay, of your instances, end users will be connecting more. Okay, at that time your CPU utilization will go more, guys. Okay, at that time what I want to do is I want to scale up some of my containers here so that the workload will go low here, right? So at that time you can scale up and scale down. So at particular point of like time, like a 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. Okay, 8 p.m. You'll be having the n number of end users will be connecting to your application. At that time, you want some of the containers should accept those services, right? At that time, you can scale up these services. Okay, and later on at after 10 p.m. you can scale down also. Okay, like that you can write a script for that, right? But using this Docker Swarm, we can create a cluster and we can scale up and scale down all the services, how much you require. Okay, let's say one example, guys. Okay, if any one of the instance goes down, okay, what will happen for this cluster? Okay, right now I have 3 nodes, right? 1 manager and 2 worker nodes. If any one of the node goes down here, okay, let's see what happens. Right now you can see 10 instances are running. I'm going to down one of the instance. Okay, okay, so Docker, what is the command, guys? Docker swarm help. Yeah, this is the one command, leave. Okay, Docker swarm leave. Okay, you can see node left the swarm. Okay, so now go to the your manager. Okay, now you can see how many nodes are available. Okay, you can see using Docker node ls, right? You can see there is a 3, but you can see in a status only 2 are in ready state, 1 is down. Okay, and what will happen to my containers which are running on that instance, right? See, guys, now see here. Okay, so some of the containers are in shutting down, that is 134 is down, hence it is showing shutting down, right? You can see it is shutting down, but still, okay, other machines was running, right? It is accepting the request. Okay, we can see here. Okay, how many are running here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Within a fraction of seconds, guys, your containers will be up and running because of this cluster. This is what the advantage of using the cluster, guys. Any doubts?
Now these instances of getting shut down, right? So after sometimes we will be able to bring that up, or is not
Yeah,
possible once that is shut down.
we can add. There is no issues. What we can do is we need to generate a one more time token and just execute that. Okay, it will come into contact again.
Okay, sir, fine. And one more
Okay,
thing,
in
sir.
the
So
yeah, yes,
yeah, please,
Raju,
sir.
go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So manager also will act as a node, right? So first of all,
Yeah,
so all nodes are running and start getting that request, right, or whatever they are getting received. So if one node receives any request, the second node also will receive the same request, or if that is received, then it will be blocked. I mean, that is ended.
so it is not like that every instance will get the same one. Okay, basically we'll be having the load balancer. Okay, so whatever the load balancer will get the application, right? So it will be routed to your instances there. Okay, it will there is no going to be conflict there. Okay, there is no such issues.
Sure.
Yeah, Manjunath, sorry.
Sir, all the containers in a cluster will be connected to a common database. how it works,
It depends
because
how
each
you.
is separate. If it,
Yeah, Manjunath, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, because when the multiple requests comes, if it is a
Hmm.
separate entity, each container is having a separate database, then how the relationship will be set? Uh,
Why you are using
that's
separate
what.
database? See, you no need of using
Okay.
the separate database here. Okay. See, right now the simple example I took, that is from the Nginx image, because don't have
Hmm.
any image. So in a real time, what we will do is we will create our own image, right? So using some of the keywords I told you, right? 4 to 5 keywords. Okay. I need to explain some other things. After this one, I will take that one. Okay. So
Hmm.
using that, what we are going to do, we are going to create our own image, and in the cluster, we will use that
Hmm.
image. Okay. So using that image, it will be having the same application and the same database only. Okay, there is no multiple databases.
Correct, but each container is separate, right?
Yeah, each containers are separate. Each containers are separate,
Uh,
but internally it will be pointing to the same database only.
okay, okay.
Okay, under
Hmm.
Docker file, we will mention
And
where
one
it
more
has to
thing,
be.
real time we are
Yeah, Manjunath, sorry,
and in
go ahead.
real time, one more question. In the
Hmm.
real time, we are creating a separate containers for different set of microservices.
Sorry, Manjunath, I didn't get you.
You you didn't get my point. Uh, there will be multiple n number of microservices, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if when we creating container, are we specifying, for example, 1 to 10 microservices will be handled by container one, 10 to 20 is handled by container two, something like that. Is that a possibility, or all the 100 n number of containers, n number of microservices handled by one container?
No, Manjunath, actually, whatever the containers right now it is available, right? The 10 containers on in front of
Hmm.
these containers, you will be having the one load balancer. Okay, so that load
Okay.
balancer will point it to these containers, because these containers will be scaling down, scaling up and down. Okay, so there will be no IP
Hmm.
address, constant IP address will not be available, it will be fluctuating, right? So it is not possible. Okay, so hence what we are going to do is we are going to add a one load balancer in front of this one. Okay, so whatever the end user will do is end user will hit the URL of the load balancer. Okay, but internally it will be pointing to our DNS, and from that DNS it will be pointing to our microservices here.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
and right now in the
Uh,
market, okay, this swarm is nobody is using, but for knowledge, for some of the organization they are using. Okay, but not fully fledged, but most
hmm.
of them are using the Kubernetes only,
Hmm.
because in the
No, I
in
didn't get
swarm,
the.
sorry.
Yeah, Tushar, I didn't understand how the microservices are managed in different containers. How exactly it works? Because, for example, if 100 microservices are there, I'm
Hmm.
creating a container for it. Okay, all the 100 microservices will be there in one container, right? Or we are
No,
dividing
no, no.
that 100 microservices.
It is different. Each service will be having the different container.
Okay, each service will be having a different container. For
Huh.
example, I can set for one microservice to one container, right? I can do that.
Yes, exactly.
Do like that.
For this Amazon, I told you, right? This sign in, sign up.
Mhm.
So for that, like that,
Yes,
we will
yes.
create a one service for sign in, one service for sign up, one service for card. Like that, we used to create a number of
Okay.
services.
Okay, that's how we manage it. Okay, each container will handle one service, microservice.
Yes, yes,
Correct, right?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
correct.
okay. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Yes, guys. Any other
So one more
doubts?
question.
Yeah.
Sir, I heard from my colleague actually. This I don't know whether that is true or not. So, uh,
Hmm.
shell script is used in the Docker. So I didn't see the shell script where it is used exactly.
It depends on you, Raja, how we are going to write the Docker file. So as I told you, right, there is a run keyword. Okay, the run keyword is the one, whatever the command you wants to execute under container, right? So there you can write anything. Okay, you can write your shell script or Ansible script or whatever it is. Any scripts you can write there. Do you
Okay, sir.
remember
So
while
answer.
creating the Docker file? Okay, I have showed the run keyword, add keyword, copy from. Do you remember that one?
Actually, I missed one of the class, sir. I don't know whether
Okay,
that
fine.
class covers that one.
Yes, still it is pending. Okay, I'm going to take the next tomorrow that one. Okay, so using those keywords, we can create our own Docker file. Okay, right now we are using from the hub.docker.com, right? Okay, so once you can aware of those keywords, you can write your own Docker file. Okay, from that Docker file, you can create a Docker image. From Docker image, you can create any number of containers.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay, okay,
under
sir.
that there is a one keyword called as a run keyword. Okay, using that run keyword, now under containers you can execute any scripts like shell script or git command or Ansible
Mhm.
scripts, anything you can execute. There is no issues.
Which one is popularly used, shell script or Ansible scripts?
It is not popular, Raja. Okay, it depends on the requirement here. Okay, what you are going to do in the container. Okay,
Okay, sir.
basically
Okay,
you
sir.
should aware of those keywords. Okay, let me. I think I have shared my notes, right? So under that you can. I didn't see here. So those are all some of the keywords are available. Yeah, these are all the keywords. Okay, I
Mhm.
explained on this one. Okay,
Okay.
that is a from, maintainer, run, add. Okay, so using those keywords, you can write your own custom Docker file. That is what you can see, right? In the hub.docker.com, I'm seeing some of the customized one. Okay, how it is coming here. Okay, you can see nginx, there is no slash. That it indicates the official one. Okay, you can see, right? There's some of the other one, nginx slash nginx hyphen ingress. This is a customized one. So how we are going to customize here? Our own Docker file. We are going to download
Mhm.
the official one of the container. Okay, using that one, we are customizing how we require. Okay, and basically some of them they used to update it to the hub.docker.com, but in the real time it will be having our own private registry. Okay, from there we can able to download our own container, our own image. Okay,
Got it.
okay, yes guys, anything else? So in the interview perspective they will ask guys, okay, how to what do you call this one, how to initialize this cluster. Okay, how the what is say the load your guys are managing, how many services are running. Okay, in my organization we are using the microservice guys, and it is of count on the 7 services are running. Okay, one with the UI and another with the 6 microservices. Okay, you can say any values, it will be around 10 to 15 microservices will be running. Okay,
Tushar, can we communicate from one container to another container?
yeah, internally it communicates, Raja, sorry, Manjunath, we no need to worry for that.
Okay.
Okay, that is an advantage of using the Docker Swarm. Not only Docker Swarm, using with the Kubernetes also, it internally it communicates. We no need to worry for this communication. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, guys. Anything else? Okay.
Nothing, sir.
So
Good to go.
once, okay, yeah, once it is done, guys, you just please terminate all these instances. Okay. Don't forget. Okay. I mean, in your machine, not in my credentials. Okay. Because if you forget that one, we will get a big bill for that one. Okay. Please don't forget to shut down all, not shut down, terminate the instances. Okay. Bye, guys. Then tomorrow we'll catch up. Good night, guys. Have a great day. Bye.